You know what's wild? You're a light source of energy. You are a light source of energy. And you know what type of power that holds? It essentially makes you unfuckwittable. Okay? You are a light source of energy in the way that the sun shines. All right? See, because power, okay, can go out, power can be removed, power can be lost. But the sun, it's going to come back up, it's going to rise. I Now let me tell you something. I had to pause that for a second because I have not had this happen in a very long time, okay? But there are some monitoring spirits. There are quite a few monitoring spirits in your energy right now. And I suggest that you just do a simple energy cleansing ritual. Whatever it is that you do, whether you pray, whether you light an incense, whether you set intentions, whether you meditate, whether you do yoga, whatever that is, take a spiritual bath, go outside and ground your feet in nature, whatever it is, do that. All right. Because I see this gnat that's flying around. Somebody is nosy as fuck. They got their eyes on you. They got their ears honed into everything that you have to say. But they would never reveal that to you because why? They don't want to give you the credit of being the spectacular being that you truly are. They want you to think and believe that you are as small as they are simply because they can't control your light. And I'm going to tell you something. You bet not dim it for nobody, not a person on this earth, because your light is divinely bestowed to you. Let me say that again so you'll understand how important this is. Your light is divinely bestowed upon you. It is orchestrated by the divine. You are in alignment every time you allow yourself to be aligned and go forward authentically so. Yeah. You are an light bearer. And you know why that's problematic for so many people? Because every time you walk into a room, every time you open your mouth, every time you create something, it interrupts and disturbs their darkness, their shadows. See, they think they know you, but they really don't have an idea about the magnificence that is you. They don't understand spiritually your ranking, okay, in this world and the next. They don't get that because they have allowed themselves to believe, okay, that somehow in their limiting projections, in their limiting doubts and fears that they have about their own course of action and purpose here in this life, that somehow it's just a fluke. You just had a glow up. It's temporary. Everybody falls. You riding a high horse, but you're going to soon fall off of it. And those projections, okay, that evil eye, they have no idea the protection that you have. And how here soon you're going to be shown by spirit how much you ain't to be played with. Anybody that comes into your life right now has to be vetted by the divine, by your spirit team. See, everybody can't just anybody get in. Not anybody can just come up and just be a part of your life anymore. And they don't like that. They don't like that you have boundaries set where they're just kind of fluidly existing. You have boundaries set. You know what you stand for. You've made your self-awareness, your self-discovery, your self-identification a priority. And they don't know shit about that, but they think they know. See, because they weren't there when you struggled. They weren't there when you went through the dark night of the soul moments. Confirmation, the air conditioner just clicked on. They were not there when you experienced loss after loss after loss after loss. They weren't there when your entire world as you knew it came crumbling down. They weren't there as you tried to rebuild, and people who could have helped you kept trying to knock you down and kick you when you were in your most vulnerable state. They were not there. That's why they can clap for you when you're not doing so great or when there seems to be nothing to celebrate. But when you start to rise like the phoenix and they can see the glow up on your face, in your body, your skin, and everything that you touch, ain't nobody got nothing to say. Ain't no congratulations. Ain't no, hey, baby, I'm glad to see you doing well. You deserve this. Not a one motherfucking thing. And if you put your laurels in front of them, if you share with them what's going on in your life, what you've accomplished, what you have done, what you have built, what you have created, all they do is, oh, that's good. That's good. Because it's interrupting their darkness. See, you have a relationship, a strong relationship to your darkness and your light, because you've done the inner work, where they refused to do the work on themselves, but instead will project all their bullshit onto everybody and anybody else who will receive it. But you ain't doing that no more. Because you realize the people that are supposed to be in your life, they're just as spiritually blessed and aligned as you are. And you're recognizing that it's not your place anymore to play small, to people please, to bend over backwards, to pour from an empty cup. Because who the fuck do they think they are? They're not God. Shit, they won't even do work to improve themselves, but they will sit there and literally try to stop you from doing it in your own life. They want you to be small. They don't want your light shining. Because somehow they've allowed themselves to believe that if your light shines, then theirs dims. No, baby, yours is dim because you are a dim individual and you're vibrating low because you refuse to do the work. So do not find yourself playing these games with nobody. You are a light bearer. You bring the light. And if I'm talking to you and this has resonated with you so far, I want you to drop in the comments, I am the light. Because you are. And you know I'm talking to you if you've experienced these things, and you are going to unfortunately continue to. You free people by responding differently to everything that is thrown your way. You have learned how to alchemize energy that was meant to kill, destroy, and steal from you. You've learned how to take evil lie and throw it back in the universe so that it comes back in a way that benefits you. And when your name is mentioned, instead of it being a negative response for you, it's now all turned to work in your favor, because that is what you are deserving for, as orchestrated and aligned by your spirit team. It's not about having all these friends and shit and all these associates and shit. You are on a spiritual path. You are a spiritual being of high ranking in a human experience, and you will continue to go forward acting like it. You wasn't meant to fit in with just anybody. So don't try. I love you guys. Keep your head up and let that light shine. Mwah.